Alright, what's up everybody? We are back with some more Scarlet and Violet Wi-Fi battles. This is actually going to be my first made VGC team. Like, this team is actually made by me. I actually been putting this team together over the past few days since the DLC has dropped. I've been testing the shit out of this team, kind of making some adjustments to the EVs and a few of the moves and that type of thing. And I think I'm at the point where I'm actually going to throw up a session for you guys with this team. And also as well release a pokepaste and a rental code. I should have a pokepaste for this in the description of this video if you guys want to use this team on Showdown. And if you guys want to use this team in-game, there's a rental code in the corner. By all means, let me know how you guys do with this team. I do want people to play this team, so if you are thinking about playing the team, please play it. I want all the feedback as possible. Tell me how you guys did with this team. And if there's any criticism or like feedback you guys can give me to improve the team somehow, let me know. Because this team is actually going to be probably like my main team once Regulation E drops here at the end of September. This is going to be one of the teams I'm going to try to get the Master Ball tier with. So any feedback would be greatly appreciated. If you guys want to skip this first part of the video, I'm just going to be doing a really in-depth breakdown of this team for you guys. So if you guys not want to listen to the breakdown, you guys want to get back into the matches, and after we start battling with this team, I'll leave a timestamp in the description to when we get to the battles. But his entire team is around Vikavolt. I wanted to build a team around Vikavolt. It is one of my favorite mons, and it's back in the game finally with the DLC, and I think it has a really cool niche right now, being really good with Trick Room, and I wanted to take advantage of that and throw it onto a team and make it work. So I think one of the cool things around Vikavolt, which I'll talk about first because it's the star of this team and kind of what I built it around, is it is a special attacking Trick Room mon that is a bug type, with grass types seeing a huge rise in usage over the past few days with the DLC dropping, and a lot of the main top tier stuff is either grass type or weak to like bug or flying types. So that gives Vikavolt a huge niche. And another thing is that it is a slow Trick Room mon that you can use in Trick Room that beats like the three main Trick Room setters, being Frigoraph, Indeedee, and Cresselia. Trick Room is a negative priority move, so if you want to get up the Trick Room versus this thing, and it actually is really extremely difficult, because with being a negative priority move, that allows the Vikavolt to move first, and it usually one-shots the majority of the Trick Room setters. I think the only one that you can't really deal with that's kind of rising up in popularity is Dusclops. But even then, that's weak to Flutter Mane. A lot of people aren't really running that right now. But the three top Trick Room setters, Frigoraph, Cresselia, and Indeedee. Indeedee needs a really solid amount of special defense investment to have a chance to live a Bug Buzz. Cresselia, if they are not running any special defense investment, or if they're not running enough, Bug Buzz does around like 85 to 98%. It just misses a KO. But with like any type of chip damage, the Cresselia goes down, which is crazy. And then Frigoraph, if they're not running any special defense investment, they have to run like full Spidef to actually have a chance to live. Otherwise, you just straight up one-shot Frigoraph, which is crazy. So the set on this thing is just 252 HP, 252 special attack with a quiet nature. I also have the IVs guaranteed, so you're able to outspeed Ursaluna in Trick Room as well. I think another good thing for this thing right now as well, one thing that would actually kind of check this thing would be Ursaluna. Blood Moon Ursaluna and Ursaluna are still being played a lot, but both of them are actually running Terra Normal over Terra Ground right now, so that allows you to hit them with Thunderbolt and even like Terra Thunderbolt. And if they are not running like any Spidef investment, which most of them aren't, they're running more of like defensive bulk or just full on, maybe even like bulk into like their attack and that type of thing, or special attack, and mainly just max HP most of the time, or near max HP. You do like over half, like around 75% usually on average to both of those, which is crazy. So that's if they Terra as well. That's if they Terra normal. Ursaluna sometimes on turn 1 doesn't really Terra, but that means you can kind of just double up into the Cresselia or whatever they have to try to set up Trick Room and that type of thing. But overall, this is a really cool mod. Is also another thing like not really out of Trick Room, but like under Trick Room, it's a lot of the higher tier like threats that are really good right now for super effective damage, or Shifu under Trick Room, a few other things that just take a lot of super effective damage. It also, to mention with this thing, is actually Terra Electric. I was debating Terra Ice, but I think the drawbacks with Terra Ice is it kind of gives you a Terra, like you have to run Terra Blast on this thing. It kind of does not free up your Terra. I think if you want to run Terra on this thing, it's Terra Electric. That's why I went with Electric. And it also makes it so you have no weakness. You actually are, with Levitate, you have no weakness when you're being fully Terra'd with Terra Electric, which is crazy. So, and then plus the Terra boost coming off of a base 145 special attack, Quiet Nature, just fully invested. It just hits like a truck with a Thunderbolt. So a lot of stuff does not take Thunderbolt really well, especially with your Terra under Trick Room, which is crazy. So overall, a really cool mon. I'm going to talk about kind of the rest of this team now. The other thing that's kind of the pairing that you're going to be pairing with this to get up the Trick Room is the Frigoraph. I originally had Cresselia on this team, but I could not find a Cresselia in-game that had low enough IVs to make it work on this team, unfortunately. So I was like, okay, well, if I can't find that in-game, I'll use the next best thing. And Frigoraph seems to work pretty damn good. Got the Terra Fairy, Trick Room, Helping Hand, Psychic. I'm actually running max HP and I think 126 defense and special defense on this thing with a plus special defensive nature and minus speed nature. I think it's sassy nature, I think it's what it is. This thing's still helpful too, like if you don't even want to bring the Vikavolt, if you just want to bring it for like priority, like heavy priority spam, the Armor Tail's great. It checks other teams like Dragonite, Chimpao, stuff with like Grassy Goliath shenanigans and Sucker Punch shenanigans, Fake Out, that type of thing. It prevents all that with Armor Tail, which is really, really good and super common right now. And the Helping Edge is good in general. The Psychic's there just mainly for damage, for stuff like Iron Hand and stuff that's super effective against, or Shifu, that type of thing. And the Citrus is on this set just mainly because it allows you to live some of the more like hefty special and physical attackers. There are some that can 2-hit KO you, but with the Citrus Berry, it makes it so it's no longer a 2-hit KO. You have a lot more longevity. So that's kind of why I threw on this set, and I have the Terra Fairy there. Just mainly for stuff to reduce the damage from dark types. If you're going against like a hefty dark type, something like Urshifu, Single Strike or something, you can always Terra and you can kind of resist the super effective dark attacks. But at least from my experience testing this team, if you're going to be Terraing something, it's either the Vikavolt, the Dondozo, or the Dragonite, and then sometimes the Chimpao, depending on the matchup. So it's kind of where that is. I'll talk about the rest of this team. The rest of this team is pretty standard, but I just kind of want to talk about it anyways. You got Chimpao with the Focus Sash with the Terra Ghost. Very straightforward. Ice Spinner, just able to get rid of Psychic Terrain as well, which is great. Psychic Terrain, Grassy Terrain, gets rid of both of those. Sacred Sword, pretty solid coverage. Sucker Punch, the main thing you're going to be clicking just non-stop, and then Protect for utility. And then you got the Dragonite. This is going to be another combo that you kind of either lead with or you keep in the back. Terra Normal, Choice Bandit, this thing hits like an absolute truck. And the Aqua Tails, it's mainly there for stuff for like Hisui and Arcanine and stuff that can hit for super effective damage or like 4 times effective damage. It's kind of just a coverage move. The main thing you're going to be picking is just Extreme Speed, and sometimes, very rarely, but sometimes maybe Wing Attack. But mainly it's for E-Speed spam, it's kind of what it is. Very straightforward, it's 252 attack, 252 speed, same with the Chimpao. I think the Chimpao's Jolly, the Dragonite's Adamant. Really straightforward. Then I got the Dondozo Tatsugiri on this team. I got the Terra Grass Dondozo on this team. Just very straightforward. Unaware is also really good if your opponent's trying to set up, so you pretty much ignore all the setup moves and everything they have. Allows them to waste turns. This build for the Dondozo and for this Tatsugiri combo just mainly just dish out as much damage as possible while you're on the field, especially when you're combined. I have the plus attack Tatsugiri as well, so each time you use Order Up, you're getting a +1 boost, so it allows you to hit a lot harder over time. Wave Crash, Earthquake, really good for spread moves, and they got the Order Up there for either super effective hits or to get a +1 boost when you need it. And then I got the Tatsugiri here as well, which also pairs pretty well with the Frigoraph if your Dondozo does get killed pretty early on. It has no speed investment, and it's pretty slow compared to a lot of stuff being played right now, so it does work decently well with the Frigoraph. I just threw the Safety Goggles on this thing just because I didn't really know what other item to really throw on it, so Safety Goggles are always just a really solid option for Spore type stuff or like Rage Powder running around, which is great. So Got the Muddy Water, you got the Dragon Pulse. The Icy Wind's there if you do not want to set up the Trick Room, mainly for speed control. I wouldn't really click it though if you're planning on setting up Trick Room. And then, which I was debating whether to get rid of Ice Wind on this set anyways. I just kept it because I didn't really know what else to replace it with. But then I threw Protect on there just for utility, so... And it's also Terra Dragon, just because I don't plan on Terra in this thing, and I don't want to waste the Terra shards, so... If you're going to be Terraing something, you're not going to Terra the Tatsugiri at all very much. You're going to be Terraing a lot of other stuff on this team, so... Kind of a team breakdown. Let me know what you guys think of the team. If you guys want to use this team, like I said, rental code up in the corner. Give me all the feedback you guys have with this team, what it should improve on, and how you guys do with this team as well. So, apart from that, I'm going to get into the first match with this team, and I'll see you guys then. Alright, we are here with a match. I don't know, I'm not going to really say match number 1 or whatever. I think what I'm going to do for this video is I'm just going to take the best matches I have with this team in the most competitive games, and I'm going to throw them into this video for you guys. So, normally I go like match 1, match 2, whatever, but I think I'm just going to take a bunch of like the best games I get over like the span of like 30, 35 minutes or whatever, however long I have to record, and throw them into a video for you guys. My opponent is Torkoal. One thing I should have mentioned with this team is really weak to Torkoal. Especially in Trick Room, just mainly because under Trick Room, Torkoal outspeeds you, even if it doesn't have any like negative speed nature or anything, just because it's base 20 speed. So, Torkoal is a bit of a threat under Trick Room for this team. That is one thing that this team actually kind of struggles with. Tornadus, Ursaluna, Fluttermane, the new Poltergeist, and then Ogerpon Fire. So, I don't know what I'm... Like, I think I kind of just lead Dragonite Chimpao here. Like, I don't know what he really does versus that, actually. He's really weak to priority moves, he really is. And I think I just bring the Dondozo Tatsugiri in the back. I think that's a better play. The Trick Room doesn't look that good here. Mainly because I don't want to give... I think he's going to bring the Torkoal. I think Torkoal looks really good versus me, so... I don't want to have to set up the Trick Room and give him Trick Room for free. That's the main thing here. Another thing I wanted to mention with this team too is the Dondozo Tatsugiri. I think the Dondozo Tatsugiri right now is just really underplayed. It's kind of fallen off. I wouldn't say it's really bad, but it's just kind of really underplayed right now, so a lot of people are not prepared for it. Seems mainly just super hyper offense too. It's really just a team that really overwhelms your opponent with how much damage and like offensive presence this team really has. Does bring the Torkoal, so that's kind of scary. And I think I'm just going to Terra E-Speed here. I don't think I really need to Terra very much on the Dondozo here, if I'm being real. I think the Dondozo being water type here is just a lot better. I don't think he brought the... If he's brought the Poltergeist or whatever, the Sinistee, like, I'll be surprised because I don't think it's that good versus me, but I think I just Terra E-Speed here into the Torkoal, and then I Sucker Punch the Fluttermane. He has nothing for priority here. He's going to switch. So my Sucker Punch is not going to work, unfortunately, which kind of sucks. He has the Ursaluna. Okay. I'm assuming he's probably going to Terra the Ursaluna if I were to guess, because he's not going to stay a ground type versus me. Assuming he's probably going to Terra Normal or something, or even like Terra Ghost. See how much an E-Speed does to this Torkoal. Does about 75%, that's good. I think the main thing this team has to deal with like the Torkoal is the E-Speed and like the Chimpao combo with the Dragonite Chimpao. I think that's the two things that deal with it the best, just because you're able to overwhelm with like priority damage. It hits really hard. He does yaw on me here, which is kind of sucks, but I don't know, at the same time, I think he's going to Terra here, actually. He might actually Terra. I just don't want to really lose my my Tatsugiri or my Dondozo this early on, especially with him having Fluttermane in the back, so... He might protect the Torkoal here, actually, but I'm just going to E-Speed anyways. I think the better play here is actually to go for Sacred Sword. He's going to withdraw, so he's going to make that play out into the Fluttermane, which kind of sucks. That sucks. He might actually be running Trick Room on this thing too, just judging by how he's playing it too. Good play by my opponent there though. Sacred Sword does a solid amount. I'm surprised he never tear it here either. That just straight up one-shots me, that's fine. Now the shitty thing here though is like my Chien-Pao goes to sleep, which sucks. I don't know, I have two plays I can make here. Like, I can go into the Dondozo and I can withdraw the Chien-Pao and try to get the Dondozo combo going. But then if it goes really late game, then I have a Chien-Pao that's still asleep, which is really bad. And I don't know how much damage I'm actually going to take, even at +2, from a Flutter Mane in the Sun, which is going to be kind of scary. I don't know. At the same time, though, like, if the Dondozo drops, it's kind of useless here. I think my play here is just to try to protect the Dondozo and see if I can get a turn 1 wake up. If I can wake up turn 1 or like even like turn 2, maybe I can still do some stuff. I just protect here and then I'm going to try to wake up, hopefully. I don't know if I should go for. I don't know if I should go after the Ursaluna or the Flutter here. Actually, I think I'm just gonna try to go for the Ursaluna. I think that's more of a threat right now. Hopefully, I wake up. Well, hopefully, I wake up here. Can I please get a turn 1 wake up, please? Please. He outspeeds me now, which is bad. Maybe I'll actually just kill the Chien-Pao here, which would probably be best case scenario. Maybe he doubles up onto this. He doesn't, which sucks, so I think what I'm going to do here is actually just to save the Chien-Pao. I'll throw it in the back. He's going to try to target down the Dondozo here again. We're going to see how much damage I actually take. Actually, I'm not going to swap the this here. I'm actually going to stay in. I think I just Earthquake here is my play. I'll Earthquake. And then I'm going to switch this thing out for the Tatsugiri here. I think that's my only play. I'm really backed into a corner here because of his switch out play there. I lost the Dragonite kind of early. Dragonite's really good versus him, but like apart from the Flutter Mane, him making that switch and kind of playing around with the Ghost typing kind of cost me. I don't know. We'll see how much I take at +2. I still think a Facade's probably a 2-hit KO, which is going to be really bad. How much a Dazzling Gleam does, it still does a lot of damage. I actually outspeed. Okay, that's great. It does a lot of damage. Okay, that's great, so I don't have to take a Facade here. That's huge. And he has a Torkoal in the back too, so I outspeed the Torkoal and I can kill that thing with an Earthquake. It comes down to whatever his last mon is. It's gonna be what this match comes down to. He has the Ogre Pawn. That's really bad, actually. I guess it's the Sun one though. I already wasted my Terra, so it doesn't really matter. It is the Sun one. I think he's also part Grass though, isn't he? He's Grass Fire. That's pretty bad. I think I should just protect, try to stall the Sun. I think that's what I do here. I'm gonna actually protect. I just want to scout and see what he does. He's gonna withdraw here and actually go out into the Torkoal, okay. Kind of a questionable play because the Sun's gonna end here in like a turn. Power Whip, okay, that's gonna blow me back. That's kind of scary. I think I just Earthquake here yet, though. This match still might come down to like just the Chien-Pao if I can wake up. If I can wake up like turn 2. I think a Power Whip even at +2, especially with Helping Hand boost. I think I'm dead. I'll be shocked if I live this. I outspeed him though. Does over half. If I live this, I think I can win the game. I do live, so there is a chance I can win. Because I think I outspeed the... I don't know if I outspeed the Flutter Mane though. Maybe if I can maybe live if I protect again. I don't know, I think I just protect here. It still might come down if the Chien-Pao can wake up and I can Sucker Punch, because otherwise I think it's a speed tie if he's running timid. Moonblast. Okay, so that'll probably kill me. Moonblast will probably kill me here. I don't know, I'm at 51. It's going to be really close, because Dazzling Gleam did about 40 damage last time. I think I'm dead. I mean, I'll Earthquake here. Earthquake will win me the game if I somehow outspeed him. Quick Attack. I outspeed the Flutter. I outspeed the Flutter with no sun. Wow, what a crazy game. He's actually running Quick Attack. That's really weird. I don't know, I've never seen an Ogerpon yet with Quick Attack. Usually they run Ivy Deluge or whatever that move is. Spiky Shield or Follow Me, and then like 2 coverage moves. Not bad. Not bad. Really solid game. No Vikavolt on this team, but still a really solid showcase for this team. I am going to try to include some matches with the Vikavolt, though. I'm going to try at least include maybe 1, 2 really solid games with that, so I'll see you guys in the next match. Alright, we are here with another game. My opponent has Meowscarada, Cerulege, Miraidon. Keep in mind, y'all, I'm playing casuals with this team, so you are going to run into the broken legends once in a while. King Gambit, Poliwrath, and the Chandelure, so I think what I actually do here, it sounds crazy, but I think what I actually do here is I'm actually going to leave Vikavolt and the Frigoraph. The only thing that's really scary versus on his team that's kind of scary in the Trick Room is the King Gambit. But I can also Terra Fairy if I really need to... I mean, I guess Terra Fairy wouldn't be that good. I think that's one of the huge things for this team that kind of struggles with this team as well, is kind of the King Gambit. But, I mean, you have checks, offensive checks with like Earthquake and for the Dondozo and like Sacred Sword on the Chien-Pao, but like just mainly for like the Trick Room combo of this team, it kind of struggles with the King Gambit. And then I think I bring the Dondozo doesn't look too bad in the back either, with like a Terra Grass. Dondozo looks pretty good. I think I'll bring Dondozo Tatsugiri here in the back. Looks pretty solid. No Chien-Pao Dragonite this match. I'm hoping he actually brings the Miraidon. He actually brings Chandelure, Meowscarada, so that's kind of bad. The good thing with Frigoraph though is it's part normal, so you can't get hit with ghost type moves. I don't know what he even has for me. I think Meowscarada gets knockoff now actually, but I don't think it'll actually one-shot me. I just protect the Vikavolt here, and then I try to step Trick Room. Night Slash. He doesn't even... Oh yeah, I thought he was going to go for the Vikavolt for a second. It's not even a 2-hit KO. He doesn't even bring me down to my Citrus Berry, so that's great. I think what I do here on this next turn, though, is I need to get rid of this damn Chandelure. I cannot let myself get blown back by a damn Overheat. I could go after the Meowscarada too, since now he's locked into Dark, but he's not really going to even kill me. Like, there's not even a chance he can even kill the Frigoraph here with the Citrus, so... I could also Terra Electric here, which wouldn't be too bad, which I think I'm actually going to do. I'm going to Terra Electric here. Terra Electric into the Chandelure, and I'm actually going to Helping Hand. Hopefully he's not Focus Sash. I think the worst case scenario here is if he's Focus Sash, Chandelure. If he's Focus Sash, then we're in a bit of a problem. We're in a bit of trouble. I don't even think I need it, maybe Helping Hand, but I think maybe even like a Terra Thunderbolt without the Helping Hand maybe could have killed, but I can't touch the Meowscarada anyways, because I only have Psychic. He's not Focus Sash, goodbye. So that was kind of my best play anyways. He actually has U-Turn, so that's actually pretty good for me. Brings me into my Citrus Berry, and I'm able to heal up a little bit, which is good. And we know two of his moves. He does not have Knockoff, he has Night Slash for some reason, so... I mean, Night Slash is good, just mainly for the crit ratio. It's kind of a toss-up between Knockoff, Sucker Punch, and Night Slash. It kind of depends what you want to really run. He actually has this. Be a bit of a problem. I want to see how much a Bug Buzz, like a Helping Hand boosted Bug Buzz, does to this thing. Yeah, that or I can actually just try to kill the Meowscarada. He might just go for like a Draco, actually. Draco might actually kill me. I don't know, I'm assuming his Meowscarada might be Sash, actually. I really want to see how much a Helping Hand boosted Bug Buzz does to this thing, I really do, because the Dondozo can kind of deal with the Meowscarada. I don't know, I think that's what I do here. I'm going to see how much this does. I'm just really curious. Plus the Electric Terrain is up as well, so I wish I'd be able to hit something for neutral damage at least. That is almost a 1-hit KO. That is crazy. That is almost a 1-hit KO on a Miraidon. He actually goes for a Fairy move. He just double targets down the Frigoraph, so that's fine by me. That's completely fine. As long as the Vikavolt doesn't take any damage here, and it's just able to keep killing stuff, it's fine. Going to the Tatsugiri here. The Tatsugiri in the Trick Room is a lot better than Dondozo, because the Dondozo is max speed. So if you guys do want to, if you have the like Trick Room up like this right now, where you have like, was it like 3 turns of Trick Room left, or like 2 turns of Trick Room. The one thing, if you do have the Tatsugiri in the back, I think the Tatsugiri is probably the other thing on this team that can kind of take advantage of Trick Room. It's not min speed or like any of that type of stuff, but with just being kind of slow to begin with, I think like base 60 speed, it's a lot slower than a lot of other stuff. So it usually goes first most times, or even like second most times in Trick Room. I think I might actually just Icy Wind here, actually. I think that's my play. I'm going to Bug Buzz. Actually, I'm going to Thunderbolt the Meowscarada, and then I get this Icy Wind. I think the Meowscarada is going to be Focus Sash. Under Electric Terrain, too. Terra Electric Thunderbolt Life Orb boosted, plus under Electric Terrain. That is crazy. I'm actually curious how much damage that actually does. And then the Icy Wind gets rid of my Miraidon. That's huge. What is your last Mon? Because I have 1 turn of Trick Room left. Oh, he has this. Okay, that's game. Unless he's a crazy Terra, I guess. He could be a crazy Terra. He doesn't even bother going for a Terra, okay? You're dead. I think you'd be dead like 5 times over. I probably did enough damage to knock him into like the 5th dimension. Holy fuck. Not bad. Really solid showcase for the Vikavolt. Really solid game. Same with the Frigoraph. Really solid game for both. Didn't even need to break out the Dondozo Tatsugiri. Where are you going to see a Vikavolt almost one-shotting a Miraidon? You ain't going to see that anywhere else. Granted, you won't be finding or like facing Miraidon in Regulation E when that drops because it's illegal, but even then, it's good to know. At least it's good to know how much damage it actually does in case you ever want to, if you ever run into it on like the casual ladder like I did, or if it ever gets illegal in one of the future regulations. So, solid match. I'll bring you guys hopefully maybe 1 or 2 more games featuring the Vikavolt, and I'll see you guys from there. Alright, we're here with another match. My opponent has a full-on, like, Regulation D team. Not even nothing with Regulation E. Nothing new. He has Galarian Moltres, Lando T, Flutter, Iron Hands, Urshifu, and Amoonguss. Like a copy-paste team apart from, I guess, maybe the Moltres. So, I don't know. I really want to bring Trick Room here, I do, because it's pretty good versus his team. The only problem is mainly he has the Iron Hands, so I don't want to give that thing free Trick Room. That's the main problem. I think what I actually do is I just lead Dondozo Tatsugiri. Dondozo Tatsugiri ain't too bad actually as a lead here, so I think that's what I do. This might be one of the matches too where I just bring the Vikavolt by itself, because the Frigoraph into a lot of his team just really isn't that good. Especially if that's Urshifu Rapid Strike, or just Single Strike. He's probably going to bring Moltres versus me, because it is pretty solid versus me. And I think I actually just bring this. I think I'll actually just bring the Chimpao. I think that's what I'll do here. Rarely you're going to bring the Vikavolt by itself, but I think this is one of the matches where I can maybe get away with it by itself. I just have to play it really well. Kind of position it properly in this game. It depends on what he brings too. So he leads this. He was preparing for the Chimpao Dragonite lead with this. That's what that was. So that's fine. I think the main thing here to get rid of is the Lando. At the same time, though, the Lando, usually if you're Vikavolt, if you're going against Lando T, they don't really do much versus you. I think the best thing they can do versus you is maybe Rock Slide or Stone Edge. You can't be hit with Earthquake because you have Levitate, and apart from that, usually they just run like Knock Off or U-Turn most of the time. So, or Protect. So, I don't know, I think I just go for the, I think I'm going to save my Terra yet. I think I just Wave Crash. I'm actually going to Wave Crash the Flutter main here. I think he's going to switch out Lando. I don't think he's staying in. I think he's going to go right on to the Amoonguss. If that's what I would probably do, that's probably what I would do here. He's going to stay in, wow. He's going to stay in. Is he going Terra on the Flutter? He is, so that's huge. If I can kill this thing in one shot, I guess that's a huge thing away from him. Can I one-shot this at -1? Rock Slide. Please don't flinch. He gets a crit. Please don't flinch. Wow, that does a lot of damage. Does a lot of damage. Holy shit. Oh, I one-shot him back, though. That's fine. This is a solid trade. I live on 15. I think with leftovers, and if I protect and get leftovers back, it's going to be a roll on whether the Lando actually is able to kill me. He might actually be Scarf too, because he shouldn't outspeed me actually. I'm at +2, he should not outspeed me, so he might be Scarf Lando here. He might be Scarfed. We'll see right now if he's Scarfed. I think he's Choice. I think he's Choice Scarf Landorus. I think that's what this is, because he shouldn't really be outspeeding me at +2. The Flutter main is a different story. I think at +2, if he's running like max speed, he should still be able to outspeed me. But the Lando shouldn't at +2. He's Choiced. We're going to see if a Rock Slide kills here. If it does, then I actually just Earthquake, because I need damage on the Iron Hands. That's the main thing that I need. I have the Chien-Pao in the back for the Dragonite, or the for the Lando, so I'm not really too worried about it. He misses. Oh no, I thought he missed. Can we live? We live. We flinch. We flinch. Wow. We got fucked by RNG. Got absolutely fucked by RNG. I know this is kind of bad too because like I'm forced to Terra. I'm forced to Terra the Chien-Pao now if I really want to. If I actually at least want to live a Rock Slide, because otherwise it hits me for super active damage, and he's a Scarf, so. Hopefully he goes for a fighting move on me. That's what I'm hoping he does. I'm hoping he doubles up into the Chien-Pao slot here when I Terra Ghost. And then I'm able to just freely kill both things on his team with go for Muddy Water here. I think an Ice Spinner will actually kill him here, but I'm going to Terra Ghost. I kind of wanted to save the Terra for the Vikavolt, but unfortunately I'm not able to this match. I don't know, I just can't get flinched again. If I get a flinch here, it's going to be really bad. If I can get an accuracy drop, that'd be great too. Can I please get an accuracy drop? He goes for Drain Punch. And it does affect me. Okay, that was huge. What a play. That worked perfectly. And he has the Moltres, so that's great for me, because I have the Vikavolt in the back. That's great. He might be able to one-shot me, though. It depends. Is this the... This is the Galarian one. The Galarian one's dark. This is not the fire one. I don't know. It really depends. I think I actually use Icy Wind here, actually. Icy Wind, and then I don't know, I can maybe try to double up into the Moltres here, but I think he might protect. I think I should just protect here, too. I'm going to protect and see what he goes for. I want to know his build. I want to be in full on him. He protects, too, so that's great. That's great. So I get an Icy Wind off here. He wants to get rid of the Chien-Pao because that's the big threat to him. He doesn't really even care about the Tatsugiri. It's not doing really any damage to him at all, so... He wants to get rid of the Chien-Pao bad. I don't know, what I do here is I just go for the, I think I just Muddy Water here. I Muddy Water, and then I, Ice Spinner. I think an Ice Spinner should still kill him from full. It depends on his build, though. See how much this does. That is actually just a one-shot, so that's great. The good thing about being Terra Ghost here as well is he's not able to get a shit ton of health back with Drain Punch. So he's forced to take Recoil from Wild Charge, which is great too. I think this might be game. It's looking really good for us. It's not done yet. It's looking really good for us here. Because he can't kill two things at once. And he took a shit ton of Recoil again. He's also at -1 speed, so if he, with no Trick Room at -1, we'll see if I actually outspeed him. I doubt it, but we'll find out. Dragon Pulse here. I have nothing to really hit him for like neutral damage, so I'm forced to Energy Ball and see how much that does. Should at least do that much damage. So even at -1, it's good to know now, even at -1, that I do not outspeed him. So hopefully an Energy Ball actually kills him. Because if not, it might be a bit of a problem. He lives. He lives. Wow. I'm going to protect here. Just got what he wants to go for. Drain Punch. So I think that's resisted versus me because I'm Bug type, so... I don't know. It depends how much health he gets back, too. If he gets a decent amount of health back, he could still win. I don't think he's going to get enough health back to live. I think that's game. That did like 20 damage. That's game. I know this team kind of does struggle with Iron Hand, so like you have things you can use to kind of play around it, but the Vikavolt doesn't really do too good into it because both of its stabs are resisted, and there's a few other things on it. I mean, I guess if you're paired with the Farigiraf, it's a little bit better because you can throw out a couple Psychics onto it for chip damage, but the team kind of does struggle with Iron Hands. You have, like I said, you have ways to deal with it, but you got to really play around it carefully, otherwise it can just sometimes sweep you and put in a lot of work. Solid match though. The Vikavolt got brought. One of the rare times where I actually bring the Vikavolt and I do not bring Trick Room with it, which is really rare. Most of the time you're going to be bringing the Trick Room alongside it with the Farigiraf, but once in a great while, depending on the opponent's team, you might just bring the Vikavolt singly, same with like the Chimpow or the Dragonite singly, but I'll see you guys in another match. Alright, we're here with another game. My opponent has a really cool team. I don't know if I'll throw this one into the video for you guys. If I do, it's because this match is going to be really cool. But my opponent has a mono fairy team. Sylveon, Clefable, Azumarill, Dedenne, I think that's Carbink, and then Screamtail. So a mono fairy team. Really interesting, really cool. You know, normally I wouldn't really bring a lot of these mons to a normal fairy. I really wouldn't. But like the Chimpow Dragonite is still so good versus him. The only thing it kind of struggles with is the Carbink, which he might bring versus me. I don't know, I think the Dondozo and Tatsugiri is pretty good here actually. His team's kind of slower too, so and the Vikavolt really isn't that good versus him. I mean, it ain't bad, but it's not crazy, so I don't know if I'll even bring that here. I think what I do is just lead Dondozo and Tatsugiri. And then I'll actually bring the Chimpow Dragonite in the back here. I think that's what I do. If I were to guess what he's going to bring versus me, he's going to bring the Carbink, the Screamtail, and probably the Clefable or the Sylveon. Maybe the Azumarill. I don't know. The Azumarill is kind of hit or miss versus my team. It depends what I really bring. Actually brings this. So the Dedenne, that's actually kind of worst case in that scenario because the Dedenne I didn't want him to bring. Surprised he brought that. The good thing here is though that I can just freely EQ. I should be able to outspeed both of his mons and get a free Earthquake off here. It might one-shot the Dedenne because I know it's really frail. Its stats aren't the greatest. It has like base 100 speed, but the rest of its stats are pretty bad. Gonna protect, okay. See if this one-shots him. Goodbye. I'm surprised he's not Focus Sash. Usually if you're running like Dedenne, you're usually running Focus Sash. Either that or he's running like Berry. The problem with the Dedenne though is it's just so frail. Like I think it has Cheek Pouch, but it's just so frail. Can never really take advantage of the berries because you always just get one-shotted by a lot of stuff. He does bring the Screamtail though. I don't know. I think I just keep Earthquaking. I think I just keep on Earthquaking here. I think just to get damage. See how much this does. Does half to the Sylveon. He Thunder Waves me. Hyper Voice. How much that gonna do? It does a solid amount. He's leftovers too, so now he's actually Throat Spray. That doesn't matter though because I have the Unaware. I don't know, my opponent doesn't really have anything for the Dondozo Tatsugiri. That's another thing I kind of noticed in the team preview. That's kind of why I brought it. They don't really have anything for this combo. Their best thing to deal with it was the Dedenne, which got outsped, and he wasn't Sash, so it didn't do anything. That was like the best thing they had to at least do some damage to me. I don't know. He might protect here again. I think I just wave crash, actually. I'm going to wave crash into this. He just forfeits, okay. He just forfeits. Why? You have a really solid chance of winning still. Why would you forfeit that? I don't know. Whatever. I don't know if I'll include this into the video or not, but cool team. I don't know why he forfeited, but... Overall, like, I think I'm probably going to end the video here. Hopefully it's probably the last match in the video. I'll probably a good spot to end the video here. But overall, let me know what you guys think of this team. Overall, I think it's a really solid team. I do closer to maybe Regulation E once we start getting like a defined meta and some of that type thing. I might make some, like, more major changes to this team. I might get rid of like the Dondozo and Tatsugiri for like another combo or something. But as of right now, I think the team's really solid, has a lot of options, feels really good to play. At least for me, like, it fits my playstyle really, really well. So hopefully you guys use the team. Hopefully you guys had fun using the team if you decided to use it. And hopefully you guys got a bunch of dubs and at the very least had some fun. I know it's one of those teams that is a lot of stuff that's already like played, like the Dragonite Chimpao and the Dondozo Tatsugiri and stuff, but I figure going into this, like, I'm somebody that wants to actually have stuff on my team that I know is proven, I have experience either using already, or I know is going to be a really solid choice to begin with. I could have slapped a bunch of other like random new stuff from the DLC onto this team, but I don't know how that stuff would really perform, and I haven't really used a lot of the returning mons or even like some of the new mons yet as well, so I'd rather have stuff that I already either used or has some like results and people kind of know what it does and know how consistent it is and that type of thing on this team to make it more consistent than rather just throwing a bunch of new stuff on here along with a Vikavolt. So, because I know there's gonna be somebody that says, "Oh, well, this team's just a Regulation D team with a Vikavolt slapped onto it," pretty much, which I guess he ain't wrong, but that's kind of why it is. That's at least my thought process behind it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I should have a bunch more teams as well. When you guys are seeing this video, I should have a community poll up on the channel with 3 choices of which Pokemon you want to see me build a singles team around. That'll be the first Pokemon I build a 6v6 singles team around on the channel. So if you guys want to go vote over there should be a community poll live on the channel after this video goes live. So I think it should be Mayanchao, Morpeko, and then Yanmega. I think are the 3 choices. So whatever mon you guys want to see me build around, whichever one wins within the next 2-3 days, I'll start building a team around. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Leave a like, subscribe, share the video. Really appreciate it. And if you guys want to stay up to date with some more stuff on this channel, I'll be constantly building stuff using rental teams from other people as well and that type of thing. So if you don't want to miss anything, subscribe. I'm gonna get out of here. Thanks for watching, everybody.